I wanted to take a minute to warn of a dangerous trap, which I've fallen into myself in the past. I call it red pill addiction. Depending on who you are and what your views are, you have your own idea of what it means to take the red pill. What I have to say applies to a lot of different groups of people. A lot of people grow up accepting the beliefs of their family and culture. In my part of the world, that includes the Christian religion. In other parts of the world, it may be Islam or Hinduism. Ever since the film The Matrix came out, people have used it as a metaphor to describe the way certain false beliefs are imposed on us by society and passively accepted by us without ever being seriously questioned. When someone begins to question these beliefs and reject them in favor of the truth, others who have already accepted the truth say they've taken the red pill. And of course, different people have different ideas about what the truth is. There's something very seductive about forbidden knowledge, or secrets that have been hidden from you by those who want to keep you in ignorance. Many groups use the allure of secret knowledge as a recruitment tool and as a method of control, and I'll come back to that in a minute. But first, let me define what I mean by red pill addiction in the simplest sense. After spending quite a bit of time studying the Bible and the Christian religion, I found that the arguments given by atheists were more convincing than the arguments given by apologists. I went through a phase that I think a lot of people who grew up religious and then rejected the religion they were taught to believe in as children go through. I felt angry that I had been lied to and taught to believe in things that I came to see as false. And I became obsessed. I had an insatiable hunger for books written by atheists. I would spend hours and hours reading articles or watching videos online that criticized and made fun of religion. And this isn't a uniquely atheist phenomenon. I see people going through the same thing when they first begin to question the dogmas of scientific materialism, or the legitimacy of state authority, or when they wake up to the reality of racial differences, or when men discover the MGTOW community and realize the truth about female nature and our gynocentric society. Once someone takes the red pill, it's easy to get hooked. And of course, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take the red pill. I want more people to take these red pills that I've just mentioned. I'm only warning about the dangers of red pill addiction. If you find yourself needing a daily dose of red pills, you may have a problem. If you can't have a normal conversation with someone without turning the topic toward atheism, anarchism, race realism, MGTOW, or whatever else, you're probably a red pill addict. I'm not saying don't talk about these things. I'm saying don't get obsessive about any one thing and let that come to define you. I'm sure everyone has met a vegan who does nothing but talk about being a vegan. It's like it's all they think about. It's like there's absolutely nothing more to who they are as a person than that one thing. Being vegan has become their entire identity. There's nothing wrong with being vegan. That isn't the point I'm making. I actually advocate a more plant-based diet, less consumption of meat, and more humane treatment of animals. Very often I choose vegan or vegetarian options when they're available. I recommend checking out some websites, videos, and books about vegetarianism and veganism. I just caution you against becoming obsessed with any one thing. Just as some people consider marijuana to be a gateway drug, I think the red pill can be a gateway drug too. And in a way, this is a good thing. When you realize that you've been lied to about one thing, I think it's normal and healthy to ask yourself, what else have I been lied to about? In fact, I almost pity people who have rejected religion, yet refuse to question the dogmas of materialism. And I'm just amazed at guys who label themselves as MGTOW, who accept that gender is a biological fact and that men and women are different, yet cling to the myth that race is just a social construct, and there are no biological differences between the different races that account for differences in behavior and differences in life outcomes, which are the results of the consequences of behavior. Socialists, who are outraged by capitalist bosses who live off of the surplus value produced by workers, fail to see the hypocrisy of defending the state doing essentially the same thing through taxation. Apparently, the whole red pill is too big to swallow for most people. I have no doubt that if I made nothing but religion-bashing videos, or nothing but MGTOW videos, or nothing but anti-statist videos, I would have many more subscribers than I do. So guys who are MGTOW might see a video like Women Are Spiders and subscribe to my channel, only to unsubscribe after coming across one of my other videos that challenges another of their beliefs. Or someone else might subscribe after seeing a video like Race Realism and the War on Whites in Western Civilization, and then unsubscribe after they see Why I Reject the Christian Religion. An atheist might see that video and subscribe, expecting me to be someone who does nothing but bash religion, and then get mad when they see my video, 7 Reasons Why Atheists Should Reject Belief in Materialism. Each of these people is only looking for a fix. They want to watch nothing but MGTOW videos, or atheism videos, or response videos to social justice warriors and feminists. They want their daily dose of red pills. But they only want another dose of the red pill they've already taken. They're the half awake who deny that they're still half asleep. For others, the red pill becomes a gateway drug. Those are the people who are drawn to a channel like mine. And maybe not everything I say is for everyone. That's fine. Maybe some people are ready to question some beliefs, but not quite ready to let go of others. That's fine. But I encourage you to question everything. I encourage you to at least be willing to consider ideas that make you uncomfortable. Don't just take the red pill. Let it be a gateway drug for you. Experiment with other drugs too, and see how they alter your perception. But don't become an addict. Of course, most people are already addicted to blue pills. This is why they have to keep watching TV, listening to the radio, or going to church. They need their fix. Going to church once a week isn't enough. They've built up a tolerance. They need more. They need a midweek Bible study. So what I'm calling red pill addiction is really an effect of blue pill withdrawal. It isn't as if they weren't already addicts. They were already addicted to blue pills. A heroin addict needs methadone to help him deal with the symptoms of withdrawal as he struggles against his heroin cravings. But the trick is to not become addicted to methadone. If you need a daily dose of red pills for a little while to help you with your blue pill withdrawal, then take your daily dose of red pills. But don't become a red pill junkie. I mentioned earlier that the red pill is sometimes used as a method of controlling and enslaving people. This works in very much the same way that pimps use drugs to trap women in prostitution, and it's just as sinister. Unfortunately, this is very widespread in the occult. Initiates are drawn in by the allure of secret knowledge. Some individual or group claims to be in possession of some ancient secret, which has been passed down from teacher to student. And as I said earlier, this sort of thing is very seductive. Of course, there's always some shadowy, powerful group out there who doesn't want this secret knowledge to be exposed. It turns out that you're a slave and you don't even know it, and the people who secretly rule over you want to keep you from learning the truth. And of course, there is no way you can ever learn these secrets except through this teacher, or by becoming a member of this group. Of course, you'll usually have to spend some money along the way, and they can only reveal a little bit at a time. If they revealed the whole truth to you at once, it would be too much, or it would be dangerous somehow. So the truth has to be revealed by degrees. And the ultimate secret, which is only ever vaguely hinted at, is only revealed to those who have reached the highest degree. And having examined many of the leaked internal documents of the Bavarian Illuminati and the private correspondences between Adam Weishaupt and other high-ranking members within the organization, I can assure you that the whole thing was built on lies. The higher degrees were still being written, even while the lower degrees were being tantalized by the hope that some ultimate illumination awaited them once they reached the higher degrees. There was no secret. There was no association with any ancient secret society. Anyone who doubts this should read The Secret School of Wisdom, The Authentic Rituals and Doctrines of the Illuminati. I consider Freemasonry to be essentially the same thing. All of these organizations hint or claim that they have ancient roots and connections to older mystery schools and esoteric traditions. They hint or claim that they possess some secret knowledge, and that the only way to get this secret knowledge is through them. I consider it all to be a scam. And I know that a lot of people don't want to hear this. They want to believe in some secret that's been kept hidden from them. I believe this is rooted in their inability to accept what is. By saying all this, I don't mean to deny that there are powers that rule over mankind and desire to keep people in ignorance. I'm only advising caution when it comes to groups and individuals who claim to be the sole possessors of some hidden knowledge or the sole heirs of some ancient secret. I advise against placing your faith in any teacher other than your inner guide. If teachers have any value at all, it's only in helping you to learn to follow your inner guide. And I advise against placing too much faith even in your inner teacher. If the inner teacher has any value at all, it's only in helping you to come to a direct knowledge of yourself. To know yourself is to become God. God is your true self, which says, "Have no other gods before me." Don't accept the authority of any teacher. Learn what you can from them, take what they have to offer you, but don't give them power over you. Don't let them fool you into believing that they have access to some hidden truth which isn't available to you directly. The truth is directly available to anyone who seeks it. As I like to say, Buddha was not a Buddhist. Pythagoras was not a Pythagorean. Any religion, mystery school, or esoteric tradition will ultimately trace its roots back to some founder who is not himself a follower or initiate of that system, which proves that this system isn't the only way to attain that secret knowledge. So where did his knowledge come from? In the case of Buddha or Pythagoras, it's acknowledged that they learned from many different teachers. Some traditions say that Jesus traveled to Egypt, India, and other places, but ultimately, they rejected every existing system and created their own, out of their own direct insight. And every legitimate system aims toward leading the student or initiate into their own direct experience of truth. The degrees of a mystery school, or the teachings of a master, are like scaffolding that is useful during the construction of a building, but which is intended to be removed once the building is completed. Be careful not to mistake the scaffolding for the building itself. This is all I mean by rejecting the authority of teachers and institutions. To become prideful and unteachable would be to err in the opposite direction. I'll end with that. Peace.